Strongholds will be our first map of the day. We have BTH versus EG, and you know what? We're already into the action. Let's go ahead and kick it off here with Hysteria, as they're going to be fighting from the inside.
Oh, Hysteria dropping a couple of grenades, just playing a bit patiently. Someone trying to capture Ness as well, and you can already see very, very weak. Tries to drop down over towards basement, pulls out the assault rifle, and it's going to be the assist. First kill of the game.
The way that they surrounded that too is actually quite incredible to watch there, and Hysteria just challenging him right away. That's the kind of stuff that you want to see. Again, if they get control of this one, you already can tell the EG members spawning on the inside, so it's going to be a challenge for him to have to fight out of this one. A connecting kill there for Hysteria as well, which means he'll continue to hold this down. Won't have to worry too much about nades, but you got to be cautious about Lethal, who's sneaking up behind him.
And it was overall just a great break from Believe the Hype. Straight off the bat, they rush basement, they get control of it, then they make that play for Nest. That basement Nest setup, that's exactly what you want on this map. However, just as we say that, looks like it's going to be Roy trying to take basement away, but unable to do so. Some clutch kills coming in there from Believe the Hype. Unfortunately, Lunchbox still not able to get it, so it looks as if, whilst that was going on though, EG were able to cap that Nest.
Yeah, but look at this here. You have Lethal, who's just surrounding him, gets a double kill. That's going to be big, but not enough to change the tide, perhaps? No, it seems like they are going to get players in Nest, and I just got to give a shout out to his gamer tag, better than APG. I mean, if there's just one way to just antagonize your friend even more, that's the way to do it.
But you're better than him, and you gamer tag.
Yeah, well, Lethal thinks he's better than everyone, which is his charm, and also the annoyance of Lethal. But I would say this much though, the way that this squad is playing here, the way BTH are actually approaching this, fantastic. They get nest and basement control. That's typically what you'd want to see. It's just a lot easier, you know, to hold down. When you're fighting from the inside like that, man, it becomes a challenge. There's so many ways that you can actually approach from the inside out, but there's only two targets to go for, which is of course a John Madden comment, but that's just the way it works.
Spartan with the nice cap originally on Nest, rotated all the way back to cover basement, drops down, picks up a relatively simple kill by his standards, and that's going to allow BTH to actually start a little bit of a comeback now. Golden Boy, they're down 21-15. It's definitely not the end of the world, but they're going to need to be consistent here with these two strongholds if they're going to reduce that deficit.
So Spartan, he's looking to use that radar to his advantage, right? Getting a couple easy call-outs there, but could not get the kill. Oh man, Cloud just, or excuse me, Royborg just absolutely caught him off guard. That was hilarious. Yeah, so the thing to keep in mind here, Ben, is that, you know, when you camp with the radar like that, you have a choice to make. And in that, you know, you either clutch it or you don't. And maybe it's not so much of a choice as it is just, you know, them having to figure out, like, hey, is this the right play to do? And at that moment, it was certainly for Spartan, because they've managed to hold this one down, and EG, they're continuing to fight back, but BTH, man, they have been all over them, and they're getting points right now. They're scoring. It's a very close game, 28-26.
Yeah, it was smart play as well from Lunchbox to immediately just kind of jump on Nest. He's going to be pretty weak, does fall, but was able to capture Nest, and that's going to continue to give EG that 2-1 stronghold advantage. The only question now, though, is for how long. You can see Believe the Hype really starting to apply a little bit of pressure, especially onto that Nest stronghold. Lunchbox is going to throw a nade over. I don't think that's going to connect with the kill, and a couple of members now from BTH just dive onto the Nest, and they are able to get that cap. Unfortunately for Lunchbox, oh, in actual fact, he managed to pick up that kill with the melee. Fantastic stuff from him, and now actually going to put some pressure on basement as well.
All right, they're looking to capture this one, Ben, and it seems like they are going to have it. I cannot imagine Spartan would do anything here. He has to wait for his teammates, and then they have to go ahead and push cohesively, figure out where that route is going to be. They are so close to losing Nest there, but they do manage to reset it, which means this is their advantage. This is how they're going to be able to fight. You have EG backed up against the wall, though sometimes they do become rabid dogs in that case. I really think that BTH could very well keep them pinned here, but EG just has to turn up, and it seems like that's exactly what's going on. When you get Lunchbox on a roll, man, it is unstoppable. He puts shots into everyone, and now they're in the process of losing Nest. And look at that pressure that Lethal's applying on tower side. That kind of stuff right there, you just have to appreciate it. It just gives them so much more of an opportunity, so much more breathing room to work with now.
And Lunchbox with that scatter shot is going to be very, very dominant. It looks momentarily as if he was playing for some control over towards the railgun, which I believe someone from BTH actually managed to pick up anyway, but Snipe Down picks up the off spawn. Unable to pick up the first kill, but teammates trying to put some pressure back onto basement. They have just lost control of it, so once again, BTH managed to get a 2-1 lead as Snipe Down jumps up, picks up camo and manages to get away as well.
And he picked that up at 7-11, so we'll be sure to keep track of that one as the camo progresses. And just look at that brilliant play there from Snipe Down. Again, just taking advantage of the fact that he has camo, he can be a little bit sneakier, and he's on top of the point as well, which means that it's going to be, you know, a little bit harder for them to hit him with some nades there. Still enough to do some damage. Despite that, though, Snipe Down does manage to get nest control. They managed to flip this one right back, and BTH is fighting from the inside yet again. But this has certainly not been an easy game whatsoever for BTH or EG because it's flipped so many times at this point.
Oh yeah, and again, you have to look at this play from Snipe Down. How important has that invis been?
Beautiful.
The amount of kills he's managed to pick up. He had 2 perfects with the BR, picks up another double kill right there, and more importantly, bringing Evil Geniuses back into this game now, Golden Boy. It's going to be 53 to 55. Another headshot comes in from Snipe Down. He really is doing a fantastic job of just controlling this nest area.
And you see how he actually got aggressive on top of that ledge and just continued to lay shots at him. He has the BR, so it's a 4-shot kill. He's going to be able to do a lot more damage with it than he would a pistol. You know, again, I just really like the way that Snipe Down is playing this area. Ooh, finally gets picked off. That's actually going to be from the railgun.
I believe that was a 7 streak he just went on without
Probably
finally falling.
Oh, sorry about that. I'm still getting used to these controls here.
And you can honestly amount that streak to that Evil Geniuses comeback. As you said, this game has been very back and forth. Believe the Hype have had the lead, Evil Geniuses have had the lead. Now EG with that lead, 65 to 55. As I say that though, Believe the Hype get a 2-1 stronghold advantage. That's going to start reducing the deficit. Basement, some pressure being applied. Spartan needs to go big here for the squad. There's going to be 3 plays. Picks up 2 for the double. Can he find the triple? Not going to be able to do so. Nade finally shuts him out, but look, that stronghold still being contested. Finally, Evil Geniuses get a 2-1 control back once again.
Now EG can get those spawns by Carbine, which means that they can fight for Nest. But you see Cloud, he's trying to hold that one down as best he possibly can. Lunchbox, on the other hand, he's already inside of that point. Commonly knows this is a huge opportunity for them, but he had no angles, he had no reads, he had no idea what to do there. And unfortunate for him, he ends up getting picked off. But still, this is EG, they're winning the game, but this has not been easy for them by any means whatsoever. 76 to 60. Let's see what their push is going to be. It seems like it's going to be a basement push at this point in time. Spartan's going to use that assault rifle, give him the sauce, and he picks up that scatter shot to boot. They are going to be spawning right at the outside area here, and Spartan just looking to surprise him.
Oh, that scatter shot, so strong and fantastic
So deadly.
use from Spartan. Is he going to put some pressure now onto basement? He has a teammate in support. He will try and jump
He
on.
can get melee from behind here if he's not careful.
Oh, nice crisp headshot with the pistol. They need this if they're going to start reducing that deficit once again.
Woo!
Snipe Down, being a nuisance.
Not enough, though.
And I believe he actually had a camo there once again. Lunchbox, though, as he's making his way over to APG now. Jumps up towards Nest. It's a bit of a challenge on. Picks up 1 and manages to dip out as well. Evil Geniuses, from what was once a pretty close game, I think, Golden Boy, they just managed to get complete control.
Yeah, you know, that's what EG does. You think you have a lead, you think you're feeling good, or you're saying, oh man, we're hanging in there with them. This has certainly been a very tough matchup. But then out of nowhere, EG, they just surprise the crap out of you, and then they come out with a W. That's just how EG's been.
How did they turn this game around, though, in your view? I mean, you can look at it, you know, Snipe Down going on that big streak. He definitely had a big factor to that.
Yeah.
You and Chaz, man, like you're
you know, shout out to the MLG guys who've been fixing this chair so many times.
I got him a new chair. In the middle of that cast, I got you a new chair.
That's why, I mean, that's why, you know, sometimes, man, you know, we just can't have nice things.
Anyway.
Just can't have nice things.
Anyway, Evil Geniuses.
Well, 160 is going to be the score there. Some notable stats.
Yeah,
right?
hit me with those numbers.
We have Roy,
numbers.
20 kills on his end. Snipe Down, 17, Lunchbox, 11, APG with 16 kills. But Snipe Down and APG playing a lot of objective work, as a matter of fact. They got 2 secures and 3 secures, respectively. And then on the other side, for BTH, you had Commonly, who had 20 kills, Hysteria with 16, Spartan with 15, and Cloud with 8. So not a bad showing, without a doubt. From either side there, BTH just could not seem to get it together. And really, you know, to kind of answer that question that you had there, Ben, what kind of led to that victory there for EG was really just their constant pressure on basement, ensuring that was like the spot that they just held down no matter what, right? If you hold down basement, you will get nests, because the chances are you're going to spawn either back of the map there, or you're going to spawn by the Carbine. And then at that point, you just continue to get aggressive. You continue to push up as best you possibly can. And then when you have players like EG with the shots that they have, it's just unquestionable.
Nice. So Evil Geniuses lead the series to 1-0. Up next, it's going to be Slayer on Truth.
Ooh.
Golden Boy, I'm already in the game because, excited. Halo 5 Guardians.
Oh, well, you missed the last one. I ended up having to drive.
Exactly. My Xbox.
You had to be subject to that.
My Xbox decided, hey, you want to watch some Halo 5? I was like, yeah, I do. My Xbox was like, nah.
That ain't me.
Not today. I was pretty sad. Of course, Evil Geniuses will be our red squad for this one, and I believe the Hype will be our blue squad.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to seeing what EG is going to do in this one, but more so BTH for me. This is a squad again that has a lot of talent, right? I'm gonna keep saying that through and through. And Snipedown does have camo, so he could cause a lot of problems unless Cloud is going to be there for the pickup. We'll see if that's going to happen there. And he ends up actually staying alive. Lunchbox supporting him on that one. Snipedown able to stay up. They need to just pretty much at this point in time just get control up top. That's kind of the basis of these kinds of maps, of the arena type maps. It's all about that upper, the upper ground and just holding that and dominating. At that point, I mean, it's fairly simplistic, in concept. Oh, the sword though. Fine Snipedown. Good night.
Just as you say that, Spartan with that sword able to pick up the kill. 8-4. Evil Geniuses lead currently. As we'll take a look at Lunchbox, he's going to be working with Lethal. They try and pick up a couple more kills, extend that lead, 9-4. Better than APG. I love that game tech, man. It's just wonderful, isn't it, really? It's just like, hey,
troll.
Hey, APG, I'm better than you, bro.
It's so troll. I mean, him and APG have a great relationship, pretty much best friends, and, they've had a friendly rivalry, throughout HCS. APG oftentimes across the aisle from Lethal, and honestly, one of the most talented players in the game in APG. So Lethal knows that, and it's just going to be easy pickings for him here. Oh, never mind. Lethal not able to stay alive, but he's going to have his teammate Roy there for support.
Too.
Cannot stay up either. Spartan the dog, man. This guy.
Go over to Spartan.
Yeah.
We talked a little bit about him in the intro of the show. We said he can definitely be a factor for the squad.
Yes.
Currently, BTH trailing by 6 kills as Spartan picked up that double. Looking to see if he can assist his teammate on that right-hand side. He will have Snipedown directly in front of him. Throws out that nade. Did connect, but again, weak. Just playing it smart and playing it patient.
Yeah, that's actually going to be Cloud who's up top there.
Oh, and Snipedown once again wins that fight.
That's right, and Roy ended up getting that kill with the sword on Cloud, which means that they are going to lose control of the pink side altogether. So they have to just figure out how they're going to approach this again. I think commonly just saw sword. Yes, he did. He got some hits on him. Not enough to get the kill, though, just yet. But they are going to be aware of the fact that he will be underneath. And another thing, too, to keep in mind is that Snipedown picks up camo yet again, which is, very frustrating. Very frustrating if you're BTH because you're trying to keep track of that. But EG, man, they're just all over it. And it has opened up a lot of opportunities for EG so far in this matchup.
I mean, it's scary when EG get control of both the sword and camo. You can see that lead immediately extend. It's a really good play from Snipedown. He knew exactly when camo was going to be spawning up. He played straight away for it, wins the clutch 1v1 gunfight. And because of that, and controlling the energy sword, look at the lead Evil Genius has been able to develop now. 27-12. They are leaving Believe the Hype in the dust.
Oh, yeah. I mean, again, this is the influence that camo has. Of course, a good slide boost there as well to get him inside.
Oh, don't do it.
Not yet. The carbine is my favorite weapon in Halo. Everyone who knows me knows that. But you know what? In that case, carbine sometimes just will not win as much as I want it to be the case.
Looking at Spartan's perspective now, he did just spot Lunchbox, and should be good to pick up the first one, but Snipedown from up above says, hey bud, how you doing? Pretty simple kill from him. Hysteria pushing 2 on that right-hand side. Needs to be careful, he'll fall also. So still Evil Geniuses with a big lead. APG has the energy sword in his hands, and actually, Lethal has the energy sword in his hands. He actually had someone directly next to him. Teammate helps him out with that. But once again, now Evil Genius is controlling those power-ups. Really has been the story of this game so far.
Yeah, man, that's been EG to a T. That's just how they always are. It is very frustrating to play against them because that if there's a power up in the map, chances are EG, they've timed it. They're gonna go for it. Pick it up again at 7:30. So we'll see that one pop up again in a couple minutes here. But yeah, That's the third camo pickup for EG.
Yep.
If this isn't the camo pickup that pretty much ends the game, you know, I really don't know what would. Camo just has such a huge influence on this map. Just look at the way he's able to move around the map, just crouch down. And on top of that, when you have a player, oh, what a beautiful boost up there as well. When you have a player like, going for the ground pound, never mind, not going to happen just yet. Like Snipe Down, it's frustrating because his pistol, he just does not miss.
He's so effective with the camo as well. There's something to note. It's not like he's just picking up and it's being burnt time and time again. He'll win the 1v1 gunfight on camo, pick up camo, and then he'll proceed to go on, you know, pick up 4 or 5 kills. A really very, very efficient player when he gets his power-ups. And I mean, the lead has spiraled out of control at this point. Evil Geniuses would, honestly, it would be impressive if they lost this at this point.
Yeah, I mean, when you have APG...
You're doing it too now.
When you have Lethal and Snipe Down, as well as Lunchbox pretty much pulling 13, 13, and 12 respectively, it really is tough to go against that, you know, and for BTH, again, a solid team here, but this is pretty much the end of the road for them in this competition. 2 kills away from elimination. They're just going to go on the hunt right now. They see that there could be a player by ramp. Of course, you have Cloud, who's hanging out in the back, but Lethal is going to get the final kill with the sword, and that's going to do it. GG, 50-28. Evil Geniuses, HCS Seasons 1 and 2 champions, going over on this squad. And again, you know, you can sit there and you could break down EG's matches all you want. You could talk about, you know, what did BTH do wrong? And one thing I would say BTH didn't necessarily do wrong, but EG just did better, was just controlling the camo. Every time Snipe Down got control of it, he was able to leverage that opportunity to scout out where the enemy would be located, right? You know, he's on the top of the map. If you notice, too, he did that quite a bit as well. He'd grab the camo. He'd immediately jump to the top of the map, right? And he'll either look to either get inside of one of the bases, or he'll continue to stay up top of the map, make the call-outs, and put the shots down when need to. And then he'll, you know, just drift away to a new position, go to where a teammate may need some assistance. If he sees 2 players pushing over on the, you know, on the bubble side, he'll just, you know, gladly and gradually make his way over there and just laying down shots where he can. And BTH was just, you know, not wise to it by any means. EG just did a phenomenal job of that. Credit to Snipe Down and how he approached it. Really, for BTH, they needed that rig win more than anything, because it's hard to bet against EG when it comes to Slayer. Yeah, and that's just going to be a top 32 placement for BTH, so I think they'll be a little disappointed with that overall, but they got a little bit unlucky with the bracket. Obviously, playing Evil Geniuses in round 5 is always going to be tough, but Evil Geniuses progress through to the round of 6 now, where, if my predictions are right, so don't... Round of 16, you mean? Round of 16. You said round of 6. Oh, just round of 16. Round 6. Round of 16. All right. Sorry, Mr. Perfectionist. Apologies. They should play against Allegiance, so that could be another pretty good game. But for now, we're going to go to a quick commercial break. When we return, more Halo 5 action. Be right back.